What's up, people? I'm doing my first video on my iPad, and I'm excited about that. So I wanted to do a video about my rock and roll half marathon, and I'm going to give a shout out to Ben Bailey, who was the one that suggested I do this video. So I don't really have anything prepared to say, but I think I'll just talk about my experience with the rock and roll half marathon in Seattle. And so I flew over there I flew from Newport to Seattle to do my rock and roll half marathon on Saturday. It was my first half marathon. I've only ever run 10 miles at a time, and I've done that about 4 times before this. So maybe only 3 times actually, 3 or 4 times. And so I felt like, if I can run 10 miles, I can run 13 miles. And it does become very mental. So anyways, my feedback on the whole experience. So I ran with a doctor, my doctor who has now become my friend, and he really slowed down his pace. He's actually a runner. He slowed down his pace to run with me. So I didn't know he was going to do that until we started at the finish line, or at the start line. And so I had my headphones and my music all ready, and he was like, "No way, I'm running with you." So he was so kind, and he ran next to me at my very slow pace, which I will not disclose on here. And he chatted with me the entire time. And so because my pace is so slow and he's such a runner that he could talk the whole time. Of course, I was like panting and sweating and couldn't get 2 words out, but it was cool because it really kept my mind off of how hard it was. So the excitement of it, there were 24,000 people there. That's very cool. People come from everywhere. There's a marathon and a half marathon side. Much of the race we ran in parallel, and there were just cones separating both sides. There were bands, I think at every mile marker is what they said, but I'm not sure if I saw 12 bands, but there were quite a few bands. That was very cool. I kind of felt bad for the bands because I think bands, when they play, they're used to an audience being receptive to them and standing around them and feeling the vibe of the music. And here these bands are belting out their heart and soul, and everyone's just like running past them, dying, focused on their running and not really appreciating the music. So I don't know how I felt about that. I think that maybe I would have liked it better if there were like DJs or something, because DJs always hype up the scene and they're always about the hype man and stuff like that, and they could have been talking to you as you ran by, as opposed to these bands were kind of showcasing their talent. And anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. I did not train for hills, and there were quite a few hills for the marathon, the half marathon. So for the whole thing, really. So my first 10 miles, I feel like were okay for me, and then the last 3 were really hard. Particularly about the last 0.7 miles, and then on the course, the last like 0.2 miles were uphill. So I don't know what I feel about that. I mean, you could see the finish line at the end, so it made you want to move, but that's when you're out of gas completely, and then you have to run uphill the whole time. I don't know. I'm not sure that I loved that. Sorry about shaking the camera. So not sure that I loved that. You did at the end, you got like your medal, which was cool. There were all kinds of goodies, like chocolate milk, which apparently is like the new sports drink, bananas and bagels and Jamba Juices and granola bars and things like that. There were places where people were taking all kinds of pictures, and that was fun. And I mean, they had it down really cool. I signed up for this thing that was a tracker that you can send out to your friends and family, so they'll know your time at significant time points, like your 5K, 10K finish line time. And it was basically designed for people that wanted to meet you along the track. And my running coach, she's so sweet. She woke up at 4:30 in the morning to take me and my friend down to the race. And she made this bright yellow neon sign for me, met us at the 10K mark, and ran across and was holding up my sign and ran with us for a little bit. And so that was really sweet. So she knew where we were. And yeah, so that was the whole great experience of it. I'm really excited to do another one and have a better time. So my training from here now until my next half marathon, which I haven't decided which that will be, what one that will be. My training is now going to be more focused on trying to improve my time, not my distance. I don't know if I'm going to really ever try to do a marathon. I think I'm just sticking to half marathons, 5Ks and 10Ks and a half marathon. So anyways, just wanted to give my 2 cents, and it was an amazing, amazing weekend. Thanks to everyone who came out to lunch at PF Chang's. It was a better, bigger turnout than I thought. I think there were about like 22 of us there for lunch. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to each one of you individually for longer. I sure do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart and soul that you came out, and just that you watch my videos and that you just support me in general. So I am so grateful for each and every one of you, all of my friends and family, and I love you guys so, so much. So big hug from me to you, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye!